Hey friends, it's Jasmine, and I hope that you are doing well. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I make witchy content here on YouTube, so if you're into that sort of thing, stick around, hit like, subscribe, whatever, check out the channel. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for supporting the channel and following along with me and all of my content. So today I kind of wanted to talk about like some astrological teas with you. Let's talk about Taurus. Taurus season is quickly approaching. I talked about Aries in my spring equinox video. Aries is of course the first of the zodiac, and now I'm going to talk about Taurus. The sun enters Taurus, I believe April 20th, so around that time frame, and it lasts in this sign for roughly about a month. So towards the end of May, the sun will be leaving Taurus and entering Gemini. Now, our astrological seasons, our zodiac seasons, don't necessarily perfectly line up with our Gregorian calendar because these are two separate calendars. So we often have two signs in 1 month. So we'll have a little bit of Aries and a little bit of Taurus within the month of April. So Taurus is the second of the zodiac, with Aries being the first. And some things to know about Taurus is, one, its ruling planet would be Venus. So every zodiac has an associated planetary aspect. And for Taurus, it would very much be Venus. Now, Taurus does share this planetary aspect with Libra. They are both ruled by the planet Venus, and these two signs experience this planetary energy in very different ways. And how they experience this planetary energy would be through the lens of their houses. So if you are not well versed in astrology or even some of the vocabulary that a lot of astrologers use, a house is a section within a chart. So if you're looking at a natal chart, a birth chart, if you're doing synastry of any kind, and if you're looking at that chart, the little triangular spots within the diagram are the houses. So you can kind of think of this as the planet being the what, the house being the where, and the zodiac being the how, if you will. However, this video is not intended to be about teaching you how to read birth charts. If you're interested in that, I do teach a beginner's astrology course that you can check out. And as always, all of my typed out, digitalized material and a lot of lecture videos are on the Patreon, and you can check that out down below. I do also teach live classes in person and online, and if you're interested in that, you can follow the Third Eye Fortunes Facebook link down below, and that'll keep you plugged into events that are going on that you can attend either in person at the shop or you can attend online in real time. I just really want to talk about Taurus and really looking at this as an astrological season, more so than talking about individuals whose sun sign might be ruled with Taurus. But of course, I will touch on that a little bit. And if your sun sign is Taurus, definitely think of this as your season. This is a very powerful time for you to manifest and to harness power to kind of level up, if you will. This is literally the time of your solar return, which a solar return is a fancy astrologer's term of basically saying your birthday. It's when the sun returns to the exact same position that it was in the day that you were born. Now, some other facts about Taurus, besides it just being ruled by the planet of Venus, is it's also called a fixed sign. So there are cardinal signs, fixed signs, and there are mutable signs. And all of the zodiac fall within these three aspects. Just like there are elemental kingdoms, Taurus is ruled by the element of earth. It's an earthly sign. Taurus is the bull, right? So it's associated with the land and agriculture and the earth, and its planetary association is Venus. So it's associated with love and sex and beauty. And its aspect is fixed, making it very strong and foundational. I think that its fixed aspect is what oftentimes gives Taurus the reputation for being bullheaded or stubborn. But fixed signs can also be very, very stable signs when they are balanced correctly. So this time period, if we're looking at this whole astrological season, and especially if you practice witchcraft, weave magic, you need to be looking at, in my opinion, let me not say what you need to do, because you need not necessarily to do a damn thing. But for me, something in my practice that I find to be something of importance is paying attention to the placements of the stars and ruling planetary bodies. And that's also a big thing found within the craft, found within set here, planetary magic. And so for me, it's very important. Maybe all of this is a little overwhelming for you. And maybe if you're trying to get into astrology, it's hard sometimes because there is so much information. And different books will say different things. And I completely understand that. And I think that if you're interested in astrology, I think one of the best things to do is just first start off with learning your 12 basic signs, going from Aries to Taurus to Gemini to Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, so on, so forth. Learning your basic signs, learning their placements, and understanding them, because by doing so, it will teach you more about this season during the year and how you can best wield and bend and shape reality and conjure your manifestations as you see fit during this time, because different astrological seasons are going to have different influences over the earth and over our magics. So going back to Taurus being associated with the planet Venus, this makes Taurus have very sensual, sexual, goddess of beauty, beautiful things, beautiful people, delicious food, beauty, right? Sex, love, beauty. However, since Taurus is the second sign, it's associated with what is called the second house within astrology. And the second house is the house of possessions. So, unlike its sister, Libra, who is also ruled by Venus, but that would be the seventh house, which that has to do with partnerships, marriage, relationships. We're not looking at that right now. So we are looking at the second house of possessions, which means beautiful things, right? Not necessarily beautiful people. It can be jewelry, it could be perfume, it could be really nice food, comfortable blankets. You can very much think of the second house as like the house of luxury, is what I like to think of it as. The house of comfort, the house of luxury. What do you find to be luxurious to you? To you is the key here, because what one person might view as luxury, another person might not necessarily care either way about it. Maybe you don't necessarily, care about going and getting your hair done. Maybe you're more the type who really enjoys like really comfortable soft blankets or plushies, or maybe you're the type who loves to go and get pedicures, or maybe you don't like pedicures, maybe you don't like people touching your feet. I don't know. Whatever you view as luxury, a new video game maybe that's coming out that you're really interested in, that could be something of luxury, right? So whatever luxury means to you, looking at that, what do you view as luxurious? How can we bring more luxury into your life? Doing spells, money spells, home and hearth spells, spells about manifesting things for your life, maybe like a car, or maybe like just really creating your interior temple, your space. Our homes are often very much like our sacred space, really making that an outwardly expression of your inward sort of world can be really, really beneficial for you. And during Taurus season, during the season of the second house, we should be looking at luxury. Also, the Zodiac of Taurus is very much associated with the tarot card, the major arcana card of the Hierophant. The Hierophant is the card in the tarot that connects to the energy of Taurus. The Hierophant is all about divine tradition, structure, order. And so upright, it's about maintaining tradition, and reversed, it's about breaking traditions. And we find this within the second house as well. This can be a powerful time for some spring cleaning, Also, because it is ruled by Venus, this makes Taurus a powerful time for attraction magic as well. So when you're doing your manifestations, you can also include some attraction in there. And while this isn't necessarily the best time for attracting people, it can be a really good time for attracting objects, drawing things to you, cars, houses, money, luxury, whatever you view as luxury. It's also a fixed sign. So this means that during this time, it's not cardinal, so it's not the beginning, and it's not mutable, so it's not the end. It's kind of the middle house here. So this makes it a very stable time. So it's more of a time of preserving. You can kind of think as cardinal, fixed, and mutable as creating, preserving, destroying. This is not necessarily a great astrological time to be completely starting entirely new things. It's more about maintaining what you have and keeping that momentum going. That doesn't mean that you can't necessarily attract new things to you, but it's not necessarily the best time to be starting really big new things. It's also not the best time to be completely cutting away and getting rid of things either. It's not particularly a very cleansing season. It's more about preserving. It's fixed. To celebrate, we also have the Sabbat of Beltane that is coming up that falls within Taurus season. Beltane is a witch's holiday. It's a Wiccan holiday, but many people who don't identify as Wiccan also choose to celebrate Beltane. It's also known as May Day. It has several different names. My neighbors are deciding to be really loud. But Beltane has several different names, May Day being one of them. And this is a time of fertility. This is a time of sensuality and sexuality. It's often associated with the green man and the land. And so you can kind of see the themes of the zodiac of Taurus and its planetary influence being Venus influencing. Oh, totally unrelated, but I always have to do this. Here's my nail cam for you guys. So with our covens Beltane coming up, we are all kind of wearing elemental colors that correspond with various things, okay? And so I am gonna be wearing this purple dress that I already have. I might be wearing that one. It's kind of like a purple maxi dress. It's actually very similar to this one that I'm already wearing. Let me see if I can show you. So it's pretty similar to like this type of dress. It's just like a long maxi dress that's kind of like cinched here. That one's purple. And I got the purple one first. I loved it so much. This dress comes all the way down to my ankles perfectly. It has pockets. It's a t-shirt material. It's amazing. Maybe I'll link it in the description bar of this video. But I decided to also get this this dress in black as well, because I feel like black kind of goes with everything and I can kind of style it a little bit easier than purple. Not that I don't love purple, because I definitely do. But I really wanted to get my nails done, and I wanted to get something done that would kind of go with the dress. And so the dress is like a darker purple, but I got this, which is kind of like a Piscean sort of purple. So those are my nails. Also, I recently got some more ink added here to my tattoo. I don't know if any of you have been following this tattoo journey. I don't know how much I've talked about it, you know, on YouTube as opposed to Patreon. But these are these two big cover-up tattoos. And these tattoos here, one of them used to say Viking Strong, which I got with some of my family as like a memorial tattoo for my mother. She was real into the Vikings. And I'm adding her birth flower, pomegranates, and me and my grandmother's birth flower over it. And I can talk about that. And then the other one said Gypsy Soul, because my soul is ethnically Roma. And so I had that there, but I kind of wanted to not necessarily cover them and get rid of them, because those tattoos, one was kind of more of a political statement and one was a memorial tattoo for my mom. I want to keep those, I just want to move them. And I really liked this idea of taking me, my mother's, my grandmother's birth flowers and adding them with some pomegranates, the fruit of the dead, and placing them there. So I've gotten a lot of questions about that. I know that's totally also unrelated to Taurus, but I just wanted to kind of address that because a lot of people have been asking, why are you covering those tattoos? What's the meaning of it? Blah, 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 blah. And I just wanted to address that and just let you all know. That's what those are. The other tattoos, I know I said I plan to move them. Obviously, I can't really move a tattoo, but I plan to get them re-tattooed in other places on my body. Anyway, back to Taurus. Do your magics in regards to beauty, beautifying yourself, surrounding yourself with beauty, and manifesting opportunities for yourself to bring luxury into your life. As a witch, and as a witch who practices set here or planetary magic, looking at the stars and the ruling planetary bodies and constellations, all of this is going to paint the picture into how we weave magic in the way of least resistance. Least resistance. Now, I'm not saying that you have to include the moon, the sun, and stars into your magic. You can do whatever the hell you want. I'm just some random person on YouTube that you're watching. Your practice is your practice and your practice alone, and I'm really not into dogma. But I do want to share something that has worked very well for me, and that is by paying attention to these astrological bodies and their influence here on Earth. And when you are weaving magic and tapping into it, I very much believe that magic follows the path of least resistance. So therefore, I believe there are certain times of year where certain styles of magic are going to have more momentum to them because they're going to have less obstacles for them to get around or over or through. And so during Taurus season, it's a really good time, like I said, to work on that second house magic. Really tap into what you view as luxury and bringing luxury and goodness and sweetness and beauty into your life. And what does that look like? Well, that's gonna look different to every person and every witch. Like I said, what you might view as luxurious could be very different to what I view as luxurious. Things that I view as luxury is like getting my nails done, getting my toes done, eating really good food, having some nice blankets, like some really nice comfortable blankets, being able to have my veg out days, which laziness can also, and sloth can also be associated with the sign of Taurus. But I view that as luxury, being able to lay around and just luxuriate and not have to do anything and just enjoy nothing, whether that be just like laying around and watching TV on the couch. Like, that's luxury to me. Not having to get up and go run there and go do this and go call that person, have that conversation, run this errand. You know, that nothingness is a luxury. And manifesting more of that in my life is very much what luxury is going to look like to me. But luxury to you could look totally different. Comment down below Taurus as like the code word for this video, so that way I know that you've watched this whole video. And also, like, what is luxury to you and how do you plan on manifesting that in your life? Let me know if this style of video is helpful and if you would like me to continue making these astrology Zodiac videos, Zodiac season videos. I'm into astrology, and I know that a lot of you watching are into astrology to various degrees, and so I'm just kind of making this video to kind of go off the back of my spring equinox video, which I was talking about my thoughts on the spring equinox, Aries, and our Coven's Ostara ritual, our spring equinox ritual. So if you haven't checked that out, check that out. And thank you all so much for supporting the channel and me and, you know, keeping me motivated and on my toes. And until next time, blessed be. So these are the lights. And this is like near the entranceway. That's my front door. But yeah, I have my cool snake. These posters here, this is, oh, sorry. This is a Dracula poster, I think from Madame Talbot is the artist. This says Old Salem Broom Co. I got that from Michael's. I have 2 besoms by the door. This cool gold snake. There's me. I have like a home and hearth and like money altar right back here behind me. And then, yeah. And then I have this one, which is Madame Talbot's Baphomet poster. So I just love these lights so much. I really feel like it just kind of like added so much to the space. So I wanted to show you guys that. Love you.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up.